Hi, Kat.
Hi, John.
Did you think I was going to go low? Did you think I was going to...
Well, you go low, I go high.
Hi, Kat.
Hi, John.
There we go. I like that. You and Michelle Obama. How's it going?
It's good, man. How are you? Awesome.
I'm here. I'm talking
Right
to
on.
you. That's good.
Right on, man.
Right on. Psh. Go along, get along. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, John, what are we doing?
Ostensibly a podcast.
That's awesome.
That is. I like the word ostensibly.
That's a
It's
big
fun
one.
word. It is, and it really just means like, I guess.
But it sounds so much smarter than I
does.
guess.
The podcast. Derp. Derp. Podcast.
What is it called? The name of that podcast is?
The name of that podcast is, it's My Mistake, Kat.
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
Last week, we had the lovely and talented Patty Lynn on our podcast.
We did.
We ate some double downs from KFC.
Yes, and apparently I'm the only one who enjoyed it.
I liked it.
No, you were like, I'll
liked
never
the
eat
first,
this again.
I liked the first half of it. And then it's like, well, I've done it. I don't need to do. I would rather go get a Mexican pizza at Taco Bell than eat another one of those.
Right.
Just put it that way.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, your point.
I do have one. We had Patty on, and she, like all of our other guests, you got to sit there and just bear it while you and I do our fake banter.
Right.
And she expressed something, and others have expressed the same thing. Other guests, while waiting to be introduced, that they're kind of sick of the banter, the fake banter at the top of the show. Do we need to pivot? Are we not? Are we doing this incorrectly?
2 words, Kat. Don't care.
I thought you were gonna say "fuck them."
No, don't care. Don't care.
Okay.
No,
Just checking. We're having in episode production
meeting. Yeah. No, here's my thing, right? Like, we're not gotcha type people. We're not trying to like get people to say things that they're like that they don't mean to say or that they don't want out there. But what I kind of do love is when somebody's waiting to like jump in, they have no idea if it's going to be like 5 seconds or 5 minutes.
It's true.
And I like that, Kat. I like what that does to the energy.
You like the power.
No. It's not the power.
I think it
power.
is.
No. See, that's where you're wrong, Kat. What I like is there's just a moment of insecurity. Like, is it now? No, not now. Okay, they're still talking bullshit. No, wait. Okay, it sounds like they're about to no, they're not. Okay, no. Yeah, I like that. I like what that does.
Okay.
And I try to be kind to guests, but that's my one moment where I get I have 2, because then the second one is when we get to the end and I ask them, so you say you've listened to the podcast?
Like, oh yeah, I have. I love it, guys.
Listen to 7 or 8 of them. Have you now? Yeah. What's our signature sign off? Oops. That's all, folks.
Give me a hint.
Yep. Nope. Yeah. It's distinctive.
It is.
I am proud to say we have a distinctive signature sign off, Kat.
We do.
We do. I don't think anybody else in the business has a sign off quite like ours.
I don't think so. We would have heard about it by now, I think.
Yeah. There's one that I really like, but it's been used, so I can't thieve it, although the person who used it has died. But
that's up for grabs, John.
Okay, then. But I don't think we want to switch to this.
What is
but
it?
It was I used to listen to. By the way, this is the podcast. We're in this now.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
clearly a shit shooter, and we
my
can just go ahead.
mistake.
Right, my mistake.
That's John. I'm Kat.
That's Kat.
Yeah. Pew
Right.
pew pew.
Pew pew.
Pew pew pew.
Pew pew.
Blah blah blah.
Blah 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 blah.
Yada,
See, when there's
yada.
not a guest, it's not really enjoyable for me.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not the same. But yeah, so I used to listen to this radio show when I was growing up as a larva in Indiana. And it was on Q95, which was our local rock station.
Sure, yeah.
The origin of Bob and Tom, if people know about Bob and Tom. So it was that same station. There was a guy named Steve Church who used to have a radio show called Sunday Night Live. Came on like late, like when I say late, it was probably like 10 p.m. or something on Sunday nights.
Sure.
And it was a call-in show. And I feel like later in life, like Art Bell was kind of the guy
Okay.
who did that stuff. And like, and you listen to it, and it was awesome. But like in Indiana, in my little, cocoon as a larva, I would listen to Steve Church, and he would do this show, and people would call in and say the dumbest stuff, and
Amazing.
whatever. And it was great to listen to, and I loved
Sure.
it. And at the end of the show, Steve Church's wisdom was always, remember, most of life is mating dance.
That's good.
And it's kind of catchy and short, sharp, to the point. But then when you think about it, it's like, oh man, how much of what we do is either to land or keep a partner?
I mean, a lot of it.
A lot of it. It's a whole bunch. Like I'd go higher than 80%. And he was just saying most. That's like 51% of life
Right.
is mating dance. Yeah. Yep. So anyway, but that was his.
Okay.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Steve Church.
Oh,
Yep.
R.I.P. Steve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
two things. You said 95, Q95
Q95.
was Bob and John, was it?
Bob and Tom?
Bob
like
and
seriously?
Tom. And then if you came out to my town around that same time,
It's Kevin and Bean.
well, no, not in my house, John. It's
Oh, not-
95.5. Mark and Brian, bitch.
Oh, Mark and Brian. Okay. Here's the thing though. I don't mean to, I don't want to pull the Bob and Tom card, but Bob and Tom were like, they weren't just your morning zoo. It wasn't like JoJo and the Idiot in the morning. Like,
Love them,
it
by
was-
the way. Shout
yeah,
out to
they're-
JoJo and the
JoJo,
Idiot.
really love JoJo. The Idiot.
Hey, JoJo and the Idiot, hey.
I could take or leave the Idiot. But
Oh, man, Idiot's the best. He's the anchor.
you
Got to have the Idiot.
I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, they like every comedian, like, because Indianapolis was a big comedic hub. And what's interesting is there's recently been like a backlash where there are these comedians talking about how they hate performing in Indianapolis. And I'm always fascinated by that. Because at one time there were like 4 different, like, fully operating comedy clubs in Indianapolis,
Okay.
which is big for, the size of city that Indianapolis is. And
Right, Midwest, and yeah.
yeah, but one of those people who they interviewed who said that they hated performing in Indianapolis was Louis C.K., so fuck him.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, but he loved that they had the Hilton. He loves their Conrad Hilton,
Great.
which it's a great hotel, but he just hates the crowds. And it's like, okay, well, I lived there. I know what those people are, but those are my people, so...
Is that a good hotel to corner and masturbate in front of women? Is that why he
maybe
loves
that's
it so
it.
much? Yeah.
Maybe there are a lot of rooms with only one egress.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So he can
Only-
stand
yeah.
in front of that door.
Then that would make sense why he would like that one so
Right,
much, because
right.
that's kind of his thing.
That would be my guess. But yeah, so I am both a radio and a comedy nerd.
Sure.
So the thing is, I grew up and like every comic who was coming through town had to be on Bob and Tom. And Bob and Tom like actually made a bunch of careers for people. They also
That's
had a
awesome.
bunch of people who came on who people didn't know except for regionally. But
Fair enough.
yeah, so these guys they were like Kevin and Bean. They create another comic I'm not a big fan of anymore.
Jimmy
Adam
Kimmel.
Carolla.
Oh,
Adam
both
Carolla.
of
No, I
those
like
guys.
Jimmy Kimmel still. Jimmy
Right.
Kimmel's like, I got into this whole thing the other day about Jimmy Kimmel. I'm like, this guy, he's on the right side of things for the most part. Like when he talks about stuff, he's got good takes.
He does.
you will.
He's an advocate of women and of the LGBTQ community.
Right.
Not a
And-
good Oscars host.
No. I mean, I think they went safe there because of last year.
And it was ABC, so you got
Yeah.
to use your own guys.
Yeah, you got to use your own. That's a fact. That's a fact. But like, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I was talking to Michelle about my beautiful wife,
Your
Michelle,
wife.
who I am married with.
You continue to be married to.
We're in a marriage relationship
You are married together.
together to each other continuously. And she said, well, yeah, but what about the man show? And I'm like, yeah, that was like 20 years ago. At least.
It's funny. This came up on that other podcast that I do that you do not want me to say the name of.
Oh, you can go ahead and say the name of it.
Oh, it's She Nerds Out.
She Nerds Out.
Go to shenerdsout.com. Check us out.
Yeah. Like, really? You're going to go... You're really punching down at this point. But yeah, no, that I did not know that because I have not actually listened to that one in a minute, and I need to correct that.
You don't. You really don't. You can do whatever you want.
Whatever. That's true. I can do whatever I want, and I just said that what I want is
to listen to
catch
Stop
up on the She Nerds Out podcast. Mm-hmm.
Well, Kimmel started as I think he was the entertainment news guy on Kevin and Bean.
He started out long before that. Actually, he had been in radio for quite some time before. Like he came by it honestly. I think his dad did radio.
Oh, so he's Nepo baby.
Maybe. All I know is I remember Adam Carolla talking about learning how to splice audio tape with a razor blade from Jimmy
Kimmel. Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, he was the news and entertainment guy.
I think he was. He was their news entertainment guy before he went on to do more TV stuff,
right?
Including the Man Show with Adam Carolla.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. And like I used to really like Adam Carolla on Love Lines, another again radio call-in show.
I love that show. I would spend John, I think I've talked about it on this podcast, hours and hours I would listen to that radio show. I would drive around Thousand Oaks.
Yep.
In the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. Maybe smoking marijuana.
Maybe not.
I mean,
I think
but probably.
I think the statue of limitations has fallen down on that.
And, cruising through some fast food drive-thrus and just, that was my freedom. That was me. I could do whatever I want. I laughed. I think about life in that Jeep Cherokee. I love that car.
I was 26 when I was listening to it, and I was still learning stuff about sex that I did not know from personal experience on that show. Yeah.
Good show. It was a good show.
Yeah. And that was like Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew, and I loved both of them, and now I kind of don't like either of them.
No, I don't
it's
either.
It's a shame.
I know. And Adam Carolla is a very smart guy. He's just about some things.
He's got like some native intelligence, some street smarts.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little bit more education might have suited him well.
Sure. And you know what? But you know what he has a lot of? Opinions.
He sure does. I was afraid you were going to say charisma, and I was going
no. He also has a lot of cars. Apparently.
He's got a lot of opinions.
He's a car guy.
Yeah. He's got him and who used to host the
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno, thank you.
Who, man, I love these tangents. We are in the fucking hole, my rabbit friend. I've lived in Burbank for it's almost 2 year and a half-ish.
Yeah. How many times have you driven by Jay Leno?
Well, and I have, I've lived Burbank adjacent for even longer, like for, over 15 years probably. If I took time to sit down and think about it, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Because I'm going to keep rolling.
rolling.
I'd never seen Jay Leno in a classic car.
Oh, really?
Ask me how many times I've seen Angeline in a pink Corvette, John.
Kat, I'd like to ask you a question.
Oh, okay. What's up?
How many times would you say that you've seen Angeline in a pink Corvette?
John, I can't count the times I've seen Angeline in a pink Corvette. So many times. She was my good luck charm. I knew something good was going to happen that day when I saw Angeline cruising by in her pink Corvette.
Yep. I once rode my bike past her on the Esplanade out at the beach.
Amazing.
And she had a big old parasol while she was riding her bike.
Sure.
Because she could not afford sun. She was on a bike, a pink bike.
Oh, dude, you get extra points for that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Okay. And she had a pink parasol.
Of course.
To prevent because the amount of plastic surgery that this woman has had. She just could not afford any sunlight on that face whatsoever.
And she's a very fair-skinned woman.
Yes.
So finally, about 3 weeks, about a month ago.
Oh, really?
Leah and I are enjoying some outdoor dining at one of our favorite spots right around the corner. I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't want people showing up and ruining my good time.
Yeah, we don't want all these fans, these crazy rabid fans, showing up at our
this white-haired dude in maybe like a Model T, some like just old crazy classic car. Not even classic,
Right.
like vintage antique.
Yeah.
And Leah's like, that's Jay Leno. I'm like, that's not Jay Leno. Like, you can't, just because guy has white hair and he's in a classic car. A lot of classic cars in Burbank, as you would imagine. A lot of old guys with cool fucking cars cruising around.
They go to Bob's Big Boys on the weekend.
That's right. It's car night at Bob's.
Yep.
Anywho, she's like, that's fucking Jay Leno. I'm like, it's not. And then he backs out of a spot, cruises by. It's motherfucking Jay Leno.
Of course it is.
Okay, well, now my Burbank bingo card is complete.
I can't believe, because I have not even lived Burbank adjacent. I am significant distance from there, and yet I have seen Jay Leno in various cars at
That's
least
amazing.
2, maybe 3 times.
Well done.
Yeah. Yep. It's a thing. These are what happens when you drive around LA.
These are the things in our neighborhood
That's right. These are the people in your neighborhood
when you're walking down the street. These are
Yeah.
the people that you meet.
that you meet. They're the people that you meet each day. That's right. Yep.
If I could bring us back.
You probably should.
So, yes, Mark and Brian, you were saying that, like, your guys, Tom and Jimmy.
Bob and Tom.
Right. That's what I said. They were cool because they could make careers. They had this, like, sort of revolving door of good comics, whatever.
Right?
All right, buddy, listen to this.
Uh-oh.
Mark and Brian had their own network TV show.
I never saw it.
Well, that's a you problem. It was
what did Mark and Brian have?
I think it was called The Adventures of Mark and Brian, and it may have been it was basically a reality TV show.
Okay.
They would go skydiving. They'd play tennis with John McEnroe. They tried to return a John McEnroe serve, that kind of stuff, like wacky stunt that
Okay.
two, middle-aged white guys would do, and it was funny. They, were back up for the Temptations. It was just really kind of cool, random shit. And it was, kind of like an early reality show. You didn't really see a lot of that kind of stuff. So there you go, John.
Well, Bob and Tom, I used to listen to them when I was 10 years old in Indiana. They're still syndicated now.
Whoa.
So
How old are they?
they're probably in their late 60s at this point, if not older.
Okay.
Yeah. Bob Kavoyan, I remember, because he was the one Armenian in Indiana.
Just the one.
He was the one guy he had to hold up.
Oh, man,
the parade
that's a lot.
was pretty short.
A lot of pressure.
And I don't remember Tom's last name. It's funny, but
Kevorkian?
if
Kevorkian?
no, it was not. Kevorkian.
Okay.
But I guarantee. Okay, I'm gonna do a little experiment right now.
Okay.
I'm going
Or
to
as my mom would say, an experiment.
an experiment. Sure, I'm down with that pronunciation.
Right on.
I'm going to just
You wouldn't
Google,
correct my mom if she said that in front of you?
I would not. Not in a
okay.
million years. I would correct you.
I know.
Yep.
Oh, I
Right.
know.
So I'm going to Google just the names Bob and Tom.
Okay.
Which, to be clear, these are some of the most common names in the United States.
They certainly are.
Yeah. All right. Bob and Tom. And I'm going to see what the first result is.
Okay.
The Bob and Tom Show. Tom
There it is.
Griswold.
Oh, that's a great last name.
Right? And I can't believe I forgot it. Yeah, these guys.
I wonder if that's how Chevy Chase's character got his name. Is he named after Jimmy Griswold?
Tom Griswold? No, I do not think so.
I mean, how do you know?
I mean, because those movies came out in very early 80s, right?
Okay, and how long have these guys been around?
Well, let's find out. Let's go to the Bob and Tom Show. And let's
Are they on
see.
Sirius or something? Where are they syndicated?
They're syndicated on terrestrial
Affiliates.
radio
Got it.
all over the place.
Good for them.
Yeah. I didn't even realize that until we were driving in Utah, I think, which was surprising. No, wait, no, I forget it. It wasn't Utah.
Okay.
It was Yosemite. I knew it was at one of the state parks,
Parks.
But, or national parks rather. And we were in Mariposa, near Yosemite.
Oh, sure, yeah. It's like
And
sort of the stepping stone of the Yosemite experience.
That's what I'm saying, and that's where our Airbnb was.
Yes.
When we went.
Very
And so
good.
we turn, and it's like the Eagle, and there's like no actual DJ. It's all syndicated shows.
Got it.
But there was like 4 hours of Bob and Tom.
So whenever they did the channel drop, was it like you're listening to the Eagle?
Yes,
Like a
there was
screeching
definitely-
eagle? Oh,
Yeah,
that's so cool.
yeah. It might even be the hawk. I don't know, but there's definitely a screech.
I love it.
Yeah, you're not getting away from that.
No, you can't.
Yep. I'm
Good
feeling
luck.
like
I said good luck. You're not getting away from it.
you're not getting away from it. So I don't know. I keep thinking of all of the international and even like the people of Denmark, people of Belgium, and they're gonna have no like. I mean, but here's the thing. I often find that I am corrected in that like people know about American pop culture even if they don't live in the United States.
Sure, most certainly. Yeah.
And so, like, maybe I shouldn't worry about it. I don't know. If you're
I
in
mean-
Denmark or you're in Belgium or you're in Finland or Sweden or Norway, let us know. Is this landing? Are you interested in this?
I mean, here's the thing, John.
Yeah.
The people of Denmark and the people of Belgium who are giving us really good numbers, quote unquote,
The tens of people.
in those countries. And we've talked about some pretty out there shit, and they keep showing up. So I don't feel like we're scaring them away talking about this morning, jock radio stuff. So
Fair. And I feel like the
like
morning.
you think this is what we're losing people on? I think you're where were you 100 episodes ago, my friend?
I was right here. 100 episodes ago, I was still right here. How many episodes did we do in person, do you think?
Ooh, this is a fun
Was it
game.
like maybe 20 or 30 would be my guess?
30 sounds right, but that might even be high.
It could be. It could be.
Are we going to find out right now?
Yeah, why not? Well,
Let's do
while
it.
I'm fact checking us on stuff.
Yeah, I mean, God, it feels like that was such a long time ago because
You
it
know
was.
why it feels that way?
It was over 3 years ago. My God, 3
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah, 3. It's a thing.
It's a thing. Yep.
Yep, totally.
How long have we had these same matching headsets? It's been at least 2 years for that, right?
Yeah, well, I had to buy a second set.
I thought you had to
did
get
the
a
goldfish
third.
thing where I bought one that was the exact same kind, like so that I didn't even have to tell you, but then of course I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at this. They're still working
Yep.
the way they're supposed to.
The way they're supposed to. Yeah. Oh yeah, you say. I still
Come on over, brother.
I mean, I don't do that.
I know it's an empty threat.
Like, you're not worried at all.
I am
about me
not
coming
worried at
over
all
there right
because they work.
now. Uh-huh.
So here's the thing, listeners. This is a very highly debated topic between John Fitzgerald and I. However many years ago, I was looking for a headset. What? Yes, John?
It's between John Fitzgerald and me.
Fuck off, John Fitzgerald. Fuck off.
I'm starting to get good at it, but you're helping me. That's the
Fuck
thing.
John Fitzgerald. Anyway, I wanted a headset that could, I won't bore people at home, deal with two different sources of audio and mix them in my brain without me having to have extraneous equipment. I Googled it. I found a pair on Amazon, moderately priced.
Right.
I bought them. They arrived, and they worked great. I have audio from I can hear myself in one ear. Actually, no, I hear myself mixed, and I can hear John mixed. It's the perfect solution to what we do. I was like, John, you got to check out these headsets. These are great. Did I actually buy you? I think I bought you.
You bought me the first set, which is why I
did.
ended up going and buying the...
I bought them, and they didn't work for John. They didn't do the thing that they're supposed to do.
Right. None of the 3 pairs of headphones, of the exact same make and model of headphones that I have had in my possession, have done the thing that you say that yours did.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Why else would I have these two different cables? I look ridiculous coming out of my head. Mm-hmm. Why else would I do that?
To look ridiculous? I don't know.
Well, I mean, John, I do plenty of other things to look ridiculous. Anyway, please weigh in on the headphone debate. Do you think I'm full of shit, or do you think John just doesn't know how to use headphones?
Mm-hmm. No, so here's the deal, Kat. Let's
man, the look on John's face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I wish everyone could have seen that. That was like not a happy face.
No, I don't. I don't like people accusing me of things that aren't true.
Okay.
It should be known that I bought you. You bought me a set of headphones, and I bought you.
You replaced twice.
A little 3-channel mixer.
You did.
That allows you to have what you're describing happen. And what's even better about it is you can adjust the volume of both things independently of each other, so you can get a good mix in your cans.
Yep. Don't need it.
Who doesn't like a good mix in the can?
And actually, it never really worked. There's a lot of static involved. It was not ideal audio.
I could have fixed that for you. I can tell you how to set it up so you don't get the static. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's true.
John, please tell me how to do some audio.
What? It seems to me.
Come on over. Show me how to do it.
All right. Why don't you come over here? My cats miss you. Well, one of them misses you. Mm-hmm.
I miss your cats too.
What are you gonna do? But anyway, yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah, because I was like, oh, Kat, I hate to tell you this, but they don't work the way that you say. When I plug both things in, it decides which one wins, so I can never hear both things at the same time.
Yeah, that's not what they're supposed to do.
I know.
Faulty
headsets. All 3 of them, because I sent that one back and they gave me a new one. It did the same thing. Then that one broke because my head is too large. And
that's not the manufacturer's fault.
Well, I mean, I don't know. How many years should a set of headphones last before they break at the on the armature there?
These are still going strong, man.
Yeah, I know, because your head's not as big.
And they do what they're supposed to do.
You have a normal human-sized head.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes. I'm going with it. Anyway, how did all this start?
I don't know. You were looking something up.
I wasn't I?
Did you forget what you were looking up?
I mean, kind of not.
Okay.
Good. So, all right. I remember that... Here Be Narwhals with Emma Bell, which was episode 29.
Oh my God, yeah. That was our first Emma Bell episode.
That was our first Emma Bell episode.
In my old living room.
Yeah. And that was...
Remember it well?
That was in person. That was episode 29.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Right? Then...
When was that?
That was November 13th of 2019.
Okay.
So this is dumb of me. Why don't I just look at when the lockdown happened, which was in approximately mid-March, maybe late March. Mm-hmm. Okay. Going viral. The Evil Grind with Patty Lynn. I think that one was in person. That one, we split that one into 2. Woman Interrupted with Patty Lynn and The Evil Grind with Patty Lynn.
And you think that was in person?
I believe that was in person.
Okay.
I think that was the first Patty Lynn episode.
Interesting. Yeah, probably.
I think that's right.
Okay.
And then there's a Hysterical Mistork on March 4th.
Great.
High School and Hell Are for Children on March 11th.
Those are great titles.
I know, right? What happened to us? And then March 18th, the title is Going Viral.
Ah, there you go.
So I believe that's probably the first one. John and Kat are self-isolating together separately. That's the tag on that. So we did 47 episodes.
Okay.
In person.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
I mean, thinking about that now, the time of like
driving back and forth,
driving from our location in the valley to the other person's, which was never. It was like at least half hour, 45 minutes.
At least, yeah.
Have to deal with food. What are we gonna get? Where is the fucking food gonna be on there in time? Let's take a little we'd have our pre-meeting in the kitchen while we're making some greyhounds. Hours, John, hours this would take to record
I don't think we ever recorded 2 in one sitting, did we?
Not on purpose.
No.
Like we split up Josh Van Gundy. We split up Patty Lynn.
We did do that.
Just keep moving on.
I was not making any editorial comment whatsoever. These are content creators, and we love them. Thank you.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah, we never. I don't think. Yeah, you're right. We never sat down. It's like, okay, we're doing 2 today. Let's buckle in. No. It was just a one shot.
Yeah, which means that like every week you were driving up here, or I was driving out there.
We were eating a lot of pizza.
Oh God.
Drinking a lot of vodka.
Yeah, that too. We were getting a lot of vitamin C though from the which this reminds me, it's been a minute since I brought you some grapefruit.
Yes, it has.
Is there grapefruit in the drink that you are drinking currently?
Oh, there is.
Is that store-bought grapefruit? Or
yeah, of course it is.
Okay.
No, that's not true.
You're not cheating on me with someone else's grapefruit, right?
Well, okay. So one of them is store-bought.
Okay.
And one of them is neighborhood fruit.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing like neighborhood fruit.
I guess not. I need to bring a shipment.
I wouldn't say no, John. And then you can come inside and we can talk some audio.
Yeah. I'll put a mask on and we can. I want to
bring it to the front yard.
Well, we need to do this because we're going to do some in-person.
We are. We have a couple of in-persons planned in the mix. Be fun.
I like it. Yep.
Be good to be in the same relative space while recording one of these. Yeah, we have ideas. Yeah. We have thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's definitely we have plans. We're not. We didn't have a plan for tonight, but we have plans for the future, baby.
We got plans.
Well, we got plans on plans on plans. Yeah, because we only have, Kat, 13 more episodes before the dreaded or much anticipated 200th episode.
Oh my God!
It's a lot, right?
What are we gonna do? We got to celebrate.
I know. The last time, for our 100th episode, we did a live broadcast.
We did. That was really fun.
Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Let's get some input. And it would be great to hear from our regulars, but it would also be great to hear from maybe somebody we've never even heard from before.
I mean, that would be fun.
Right?
Why not?
We have what? We have a stable of like a good 3 or 4 people who will write us emails and bless them, and we love it.
We love them so much.
We do. We love them. We love it. They give us content for us to just read out and act like it's our show.
Yeah, they're the best. They are a part of our show. That's why it's a part of our show, because they are a part of it.
See, Kat will always say these things better than I will, and that's why I'm here. Because nobody wants to hear things said nicely and appropriately all the time, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
You got to have a Jimmy to your, Bobby. Your Mark to
Bob
your
and
Brian.
Tom. Okay.
Yeah, but you're Bob and Tom. Bob and Tom. Yep.
You cannot consider yourself to be in the world of comedy without knowing who Bob and Tom are.
Bob and Tom.
Now, granted, a lot of dick and fart jokes.
Hi, welcome to the My Mistake podcast.
What? We don't make that many dick and fart jokes. What? Just a few. Well placed. Very appropriate, I feel. Do you know who Emily Heller is?
I don't.
Okay. Emily Heller is a comedian, and I famously once scared the crap out of her in a subway station. Didn't mean to. I was very excited to see her, and I said, Emily Heller, I love your stuff. And she was like, is this guy going to attack me? And I was like, I'm sorry.
No.
Emily Heller.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, Emily Heller's a comedian, and she tweeted a tweet that I loved so much.
Okay.
And it was basically, if you choose to not laugh at farts and fart jokes, you're making a really bad choice. And I'm paraphrasing here.
Sure.
You're making a really bad choice because you're decreasing the amount of laughter in your life, and you're not decreasing the number of farts. It's still going to get the same number of farts.
Yeah.
It's your choice how you deal with them.
Might as well laugh.
Might as well.
Pretty good. I mean, I think fart jokes are the oldest joke in recorded history, right?
Yeah, pre-language, like pre-verbal, cavemen would be sitting around and they just hold out their hand like this, and like just with their index finger extended. Of course. And then somebody would pull it, and there you go. And that was the first joke, I'm pretty sure.
Welcome to open mic night in the cave.
That's right. That's right. And three cavemen could tell the same joke. It would never be quite the same joke.
No,
that's the beauty of the pull my finger joke.
Everyone has their own version.
Mm-hmm. Oh, heck, I can have a different version every time you pull the finger. I'm just
sure,
telling
yeah.
you. Mm-hmm.
I believe you.
Yes, but that was Emily Heller. And I believe she's writing for a bunch of TV shows now.
Oh, good for her. So, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, that was on the way to the Women's March. I
nice.
saw Emily Heller in the subway station and was like overly exuberant about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, no, that wasn't. I felt bad that I had made her like scared for her safety.
Yeah, but you were complimenting her. Did she like, come around like, oh, thank you, and you're not going to kill me? Great, thanks.
There was still very much like, I mean, like she 100% thought I was going to kill her when I said Emily Heller, and then like I think it went down to like 78%. Like that, she was only 78% convinced that I was going to kill her by the end of the conversation.
But weren't you like surrounded by other people?
Yeah. They might be crazy too. You don't know.
I mean, it was. I'm guessing this was in Hollywood.
Yes, it was.
Well, then, yeah, most people are crazy at the subway station in Hollywood.
At the subway station on the day of the Women's March, where we couldn't even get there, we ended up having to take like 2 lifts and an Uber to get to a subway station that would get us downtown.
Got it.
Yeah. Yep. It was a crazy day.
Well, I wasn't at that march, John.
But Kat, aren't you, as they say, a woman?
I am a woman. Do you know where I was on that day?
Where were you? I do not know.
John, I was in Washington, D.C., protesting in front of the motherfucking White House.
Good for you.
Boom!
I feel like your time was better spent than ours here.
I don't know.
With everyone wearing pussy hats. And
yeah, there's pussy hats all over the place.
Yeah. I still have our picket signs in the shed.
Nice. The murder shed.
In the kill room.
Speaking of murder.
Yeah, the kill shed in the backyard. And mine said, women's rights are human rights. And that was new back then, I think.
John, you're so progressive.
I know, right? I mean, I am. And then like, here's the thing. Michelle said this the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. She's like, you're the literal straight man on that podcast. And I'm like, oh, damn.
Nice, Michelle.
Right?
That's awesome.
Right? I am. I am the straight man to your funny lady.
You're the straight man to my very gay lady.
Okay.
You're not the straight man. You're making jokes all the time.
I do. Very bad ones. But
what are you talking about? Come on.
Nah, like here's the thing. I am always striving to be better, know more, understand, and be empathetic. But I fail sometimes. There's stuff where it's like I'm still a crotchety old white man. So, cis, het, white, old dude.
But you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good.
I feel like I'm in the top 20th percentile. I'm going to go with that. I can give myself
more than, I'd say that's, you're being, anyway. Yes. Yeah. You're doing a great job, John. Don't worry about it. You're doing great.
Thanks. I'm like, when am I the demographic where people are like, you just got to wait for him to die out?
Oh, Jesus.
How much longer till I'm in that demographic?
No, John, I mean, listen, you're one of the good ones.
Oh, thank you.
You can stay. We'll keep you.
Yeah. No, I had this conversation with my nephew recently, because he is very, woke and cool and educated and like, he knows somebody who is a communist, and was telling me like this person asked him, "Are you spiritually ready for communism?"
Interesting.
And my nephew does pretty well. He's a software engineer and all this. It's like he's like doing way better than I was at 27.
Sure.
And he was like, I want to be, but I'm not. I kind of like the way stuff is right now. I recognize it's wrong, but when the day comes, he's going to be on the right side of it. That's the kind of the best you can do. That's not the best you can do. That's the least you can do. I guess
it's the least you can do, but
it's the least you can do.
It's still it's still fine.
Yeah, you could be out there doing like a day of action, whatever. Once upon a time I was in a union, Kat. You might be familiar with it. It's the Screen Actors Guild.
I've heard of it. Yes.
Yeah. Now it's blended with AFTRA.
SAG-AFTRA.
Which at the time, AFTRA. At the time, SAG and AFTRA were SAG was the popular kids, and AFTRA was like the punkers and the weirdos. Mm-hmm. Not really, but they were. It was definitely like a SAG was the good one to get into back.
Right. Everyone wanted to be in SAG.
Yeah, everybody wanted to be in SAG, and everybody in AFTRA wanted SAG and AFTRA to merge. Mm-hmm. And nobody in SAG wanted SAG and
right.
AFTRA to merge.
There you go.
No, I got here. I got mine. You stay away. Mm-hmm. Yep. But back in those days, and I was doing days of action. I was on the picket lines when we were striking and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Really funny time when we were at a picket line, and the head of the Teamsters came to talk to us.
Oh boy.
And, we're a bunch of kind of like soft-handed, milquetoasty actors.
Sure, yeah.
And we're standing around and we're all like, yes, we intellectually believe in the workers having the means of production, and that's good. And this guy comes in and he goes, who are we? And there was literally no response.
Oh, no.
Because apparently the Teamsters, when the guy comes in and says, who are we? Do you know what the response is?
I don't.
It's, we are Teamsters.
Oh gosh.
But we weren't Teamsters, I mean, we were union, but we were
soft
it's like,
actors.
We are actors, unless that's not okay.
Is that okay? Is that all right?
Right. So it was very, this guy, and he had like,
he's like,
guy was
wrong crowd.
Yeah. I mean, this guy was like what you think of as a hardcore union leader. Like he's probably got like a lead pipe hidden in his, glove compartment or something like that.
Yeah.
This guy is down with it. He is ready to do what needs to be done to show management what's up. And we did not know how to respond to that.
We're new here.
Yeah. I mean, we're in a union. We know we're in a union, and we pay our dues. Like we were paying dues big time.
No doubt.
Yeah. I often say I think I could get back in. I just have to pay my back dues, which means I'd have to sell my house.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was an interesting. The day that the head of the Teamsters came to talk to SAG.
So cute. Bunch of SAG actors running around.
Yep.
That's cute.
Yep. We all had great signs, and we all had our intentions and our super objectives in place.
Of course.
It was very good.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, Kat.
John.
Michelle and I just celebrated our 16th wedding anniversary.
John, congratulations.
Thank you. We are sweet 16 now.
Very good. Congrats.
And thank you. And we took a little trip up to a place that and love, and we have talked about your trips, at least a trip to Cambria.
Sure.
Yep. And lovely place, great place. They just had some weather, so the roads were a little funky.
You could say that, yeah.
I could say that, yeah. But it was hilarious because we had booked this 2 months ago or something like that, the Airbnb that we were going to. And we love to go to Moonstone Beach, right? Like it's a nice beach. They have a nice boardwalk. You can go down on the beach. They have nice rocks, which we probably shouldn't be taking off of the beach, but we do occasionally anyway. And so the first day there, we're like, all right, well, we've gotten here too early to go to our Airbnb. Let's go take a walk on the beach.
Love that.
Kat, there were like 60-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh God.
on the beach at Moonstone Beach. So it was. I mean, we toughed it out. I almost lost my hat several times.
No.
But it was just like, you know, that thing where you're like, we're doing a thing that we love to do. Like, this is a thing, like, in the past we've done this, and we always had a good time, and we enjoyed it.
Sure.
And it's like you're going through the motions of it, but you're totally miserable.
God.
Yeah. So we took like a 20-minute walk, and we just looked at each other, and it's like, do you want to go sit in the driveway at the Airbnb until it's time to go in? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And that's what we did. So that's I was trying to think, like, because anytime we take a trip now, I'm like, oh, any mistake has to be cataloged. But I think I've just gotten that good, Kat. I don't make mistakes anymore.
Oh, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. Took me some time to get there, but I do what I can.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that. The weekend before you guys went up there, Leah and I went up to Monterey Bay.
Oh, nice. Yeah. We have gone there a few times. We used to bring our bikes, and that was enjoyable.
Sure.
Yeah.
I knew that you didn't know that we had made this trip because I didn't get a random text during the weekend saying, "Hey, what are you doing in Monterey?"
I will occasionally do that.
See my location at all times.
Right. I mean, listen. Every morning when I wake up, seriously, every morning when I wake up, I look and see where the 3 people
That's so cute.
I follow are.
That's adorable.
Now, I have named the location that is their home. I've on all 3 of them, I've named it home.
Okay.
Which has actually made it like not as exciting now because I just pull it up and I don't even go and check each person individually. It just shows like
home.
Yep, this one's home, this one's home, this one's home. One of them I'm always aware of anyway because one of those people whose location I follow. Do you think what do you think I've totally interrupted your story here with a query, but do you think most people share their location with their spouse?
Oh, good question. I mean, I'm going to say yes. I think they do.
Okay, because I was in a group of people talking about this. And I happen to mention, okay, Michelle's home now. That's good. I don't have to worry anymore. And they're like, wait, you track her location? And I'm like, well, yeah, she knows where I am too. Yeah. Like, it's just really good if something were to happen.
Yeah.
We would know where the other person is.
Yeah.
But I was made to feel like I've been called 1950s guy a lot because of the nature of our relationship, which is just weird. It's like, I'm not 1950s guy. This is just what works for us. Everything that we do. Yeah.
It's stupid. Anyone who says that to you guys is stupid and just doesn't know you guys.
There you go. All you guys who said that, now you know.
Fuck them. Fuck you guys.
Fuck yeah.
Well, the first reason that Leah and I shared each other's location is because she was going away for 3 months on a cross-country bike trip by herself. And
I remember it well.
You better fucking believe I'm going to know where she is every minute of the goddamn day.
Yep.
And then we just kept it.
Right.
I mean, It was probably like, I'm sure we had a conversation of like, you know, Leah saying, "Oh, really? You're going to still, oh yeah, no, I am." Yep.
No, that's not, you have to turn it off. And then if you do, you have to explain why.
Yeah, exactly. Well, then the next summer she did a bike trip, from north to south. She started on the west coast of Canada and came all the way down to Mexico. It's like, yeah, we're just going to keep going. Like, if you're going to keep doing this shit, might as well keep it. And now it's like, oh, she's at the Starbucks on Hollywood Way.
There you go. Many's the time where I'm like, do I have time for one more game of Fortnite before Michelle gets home from the grocery store? So I'm like, where's Michelle? Okay. Oh, yeah, I got time for one more.
It's also dangerous, though, because, you know, I very famously talked about my addiction to fast food. And I remember one particular time I was like, hey, I'm coming home. You know what? I mean, I don't know if this is interesting, but I'll say when it was.
Say when it was.
Our good friend of this podcast, Scotty Thompson, his memorial was last summer.
Yep.
And it was way out in Thousand Oaks.
T.O. Strong.
And I was like, I left the memorial. I'm like, you know what I deserve? You know what I deserve right now? Jack in the Box tacos.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He would want me to have them.
Right. When my mother was in the hospital when she was in the process of passing, I ate at every fast food restaurant in Central Indiana. I would stop on the way home from the hospital where I had been for however many hours.
Sure.
I went to Steak and Shake.
Hell yeah.
Yep. I went to Steak and Shake a lot. I went to White Castle.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, hey, Lee, I'm headed home. And then 5 minutes later, I'm sitting in that Jack in the Box drive-thru, and I get a text. Really?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yes. I've had a hard day.
That's right.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, these are the things. And what my favorite thing, if you get in an argument, have you do you ever? I don't know if you guys even do this. Do you ever get in an argument?
Argue?
Yeah. Well, I know. I assume you argue. But do you ever get in an argument where one of you leaves because it's just like it's too much?
I mean, one of us will be leaving anyways, and it would have been during a
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Then no, we've never done that.
I'm talking about it's the end of the day. You're at home. You don't have any plans, and the argument's just not stopping. So one of you is like, enough already.
Haven't done it
out.
yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Okay. All right. Well, that's. How long have you two been married?
We've only been married since 2020.
But you've been cohabitating.
We've been cohabitating since 2009.
Okay. So you're like 14 years into this.
Oh yeah. I didn't mean to say it like that.
That wasn't the right tone of voice.
I'm just not good at remembering dates and times and years anymore. So yeah, 14 sounds great.
Well, I only know because we got married in 2007.
And that's when we started dating. Leah and I.
Right.
Leah and I started dating that same year.
In 2007, and then you moved, and you waited 2 years to move in together.
Thank you.
That goes against the stereotype. I'm just telling you.
John,
right
we're
now.
breaking barriers.
I like it. So yeah.
So, anyways, Monterey.
Monterey. Yeah, let's backtrack this.
So we threw Cooper in the car, and we hopped in the old Subaru, not breaking barriers there. And we drove up to Monterey to spend the weekend with Leah's family, who was in town celebrating Leah's sister's birthday. She had a milestone birthday, so we converged on Monterey, California. Again, my favorite part of the state is that area.
It's really beautiful.
It's just so nice.
It is nice.
And so, as part of the celebration, Leah's sister got to decide everything that we did, basically. And so one of the things she wanted to do was do an escape room with the whole family.
Oh, yeah. Still have never done one of those.
You are kidding me.
They came out like a year before the pandemic.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and so it was like, well, now we're not going into a small room that we can't get out of with maybe other people. I don't know.
Man, okay. When you're ready, when you're prepared and willing to do... I am
such an escape room guy.
You are. We got to do it, man.
Yeah.
We got to fucking do it. Please
I'm in.
Tell me when you're ready to do it. I am so there.
We can throw a mask on and do it.
Please. I'm happy
in.
to do that.
Okay.
Oh my God, John, we'll have so much fun.
We're going to do this.
It's
It's
so
happening.
Funny.
It's going to be like this, but with steaks.
Exactly. And lots of yelling. And so it was like, oh, this is going to be funny. Like I love the Brewers. I'm an honorary member of that family.
Right.
They're all crazy.
More than honorary. You're a legal member of
I am legally, that's fair. You know what? You're right. I am a member of the family, whether I like it or not. And I love it. The fundamental difference between a Crimmins and a brewer is that when you're a Crimmins, you don't talk about your feelings, you don't start arguments, you don't disagree with people in public. When you're a brewer, there's yelling, there's lots of disagreements.
Yep.
We're complete opposites, Crimmins and brewers.
And the Brewers are Canadian, and they're known for their politeness.
They are, to be fair.
Leah's
parents, neither one of them were born Canadian, so
okay.
There's your problem.
Got it.
But the siblings are although they all have dual citizenship. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What matters is we knew going into it, like, oh, this is going to be a shit show. Yeah. There's going to be so many arguments. There's going to be people yelling. It's going to be great. And so we go in. There's, we signed up for the one that would allow for the amount of people that we had. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's the hardest one. This is the hardest room that we have.
Oh, shit.
I was the only one. Leah and I have both done it before. Leah had done one before, and I've done maybe 3 before. So I'm kind of the veteran of the group.
Okay. All right.
And when the nice lady, Alyssa, who was going to be, watching over us. I don't know if you know this, John. When you go into an escape room, they have like a control center, and they are watching you in the room, so that if you need a hint, you'll say, "Hey, can you help us?" And then all of a sudden you get a clue.
Yeah, I'd rather die.
This is gonna be interesting. So our nice young lady, her name was Alyssa.
Okay.
And she was giving us the run. Okay, anyone done this before? No. Okay, well, this is what's gonna happen. I said, Alyssa, how hard is this room? She's like, oh, it's our hardest one. Like, oh boy, Alyssa, you're gonna love the next hour. You're gonna have a really good time. You're gonna love this. And so we went in, and we had the first puzzle took us about 20 minutes until we finally was like, Alyssa, please help us. And so she did, and luckily for the rest of we didn't have to ask anymore. Like, she could see what was going on and be like, "Oh, hey guys, you got that thing over there? Yeah, you need to." Okay. So we had lots of help, but it was so much fun. Everybody joined in. Leah's parents were great. Her uncle was good.
Nice.
It was a ton of fun. It was nowhere near the shit show that I thought it was going to be, but it was great. We had a good time. Escape rooms, everybody. Escape rooms.
Escape rooms.
Do it. Yeah, John. Man, it'll be so much fun. It'll be fun watching you get really frustrated.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine it will. Like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I know me. I've been around me my whole life.
Yeah, you have. You know you pretty well.
I do. Yep. I like to think I have some self-awareness. Yep.
Yeah,
that's a blast. And I don't know. Do we need to record that?
I mean, we should. I'm trying to think how that would even work.
I'm thinking we just stick our phones in our pockets and record the whole thing.
Yeah, we can do that.
And then we make Ann edit it.
Oh God, no, Ann will be with us.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
I've done an
Ann will be
escape
there,
room.
and she'll still have to edit it.
I've done an escape room with Ann. She's pretty good.
Oh, see, now I'm jealous. Now it's going to happen. Yep.
Oh, that's all I needed to say.
That's right. Now, any friend you've done anything with that you haven't done with me, that's like, nope, okay, that's
nope,
happening.
That's it.
Yep. Earlier in the podcast, I'm like, wait, did someone else give you grapefruit?
You were really mad.
I wasn't mad, but I was like, wait, I'm falling down on the job.
It was
she's looking elsewhere for citrus people.
Here's the thing. The citrus just happened. And I think I've told you, in Burbank.
It didn't mean anything? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
In Burbank,
it just happened?
In Burbank, there's citrus trees everywhere. And people are trying to get rid of all their goddamn citrus.
That doesn't mean you have to go to them, Kat. Okay.
And so you're walking along the street, and one of your neighbors has a box of fucking grapefruit sitting in their front yard. You're going to take some grapefruit, John.
Are you? Are you, Kat?
I mean,
Why?
how can I possibly be expected to resist?
Is it my grapefruit
I'm just a
good
woman,
enough
John.
For you? Come on.
I mean, you're just throwing it out there. What am I going to say? No.
Yes.
I'm a human being.
We're in a citrus monogamous relationship.
I didn't know that was the case.
I didn't know we were seeing other fruits. Okay.
I guess we should have talked about this sooner.
I feel like we should have. There need to be rules, Kat. Okay. In every relationship, there needs to be an understanding of what is expected by both parties.
Well, here's the thing. You can't tell me that I'm breaking the rules if we've never talked about the rules. How do I know I'm breaking them if you haven't told me?
Kat. I thought it was understood. John, I have not been seeing other people's fruits.
John, I can't read your mind. I can't read your mind. You have to tell me these things.
My mistake. The couples therapy episode.
And scene.
Scene. Brought to you by BetterHelp.
And AAA for all your roadside needs. Call 888 AAA.
Kat, I still haven't gotten my car fixed.
Dude.
I have not driven my car since it broke. I've developed a block now. since the car broke down in the intersection, I'm just like, I don't know.
You don't trust. You have trust issues, John.
I do.
You don't trust that car anymore.
I kind of, yeah. This is the weird thing. It's like the car, it broke down. It's like it's not running. To me, it's like it's junk. But then I go to find a car to replace it, and it's like, whoa, they're worth how much?
Whoa.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's,
Okay.
I'm hoping by this week I'll have some
Really?
news. Well, some news about the other car that is supposed to be transferred into my name so that we can then register it here in the good old state of California.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Hope it works out.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope it does too. Michelle really hopes it does because she's really sick of me driving her car.
I'm sure
the few times that I have driven in the last few weeks.
Yeah,
Although I did drive up and back to the thing because that's how we like it. And I say we, but I mean me. Because I'm a terrible passenger.
You mean? I'm sure you are.
I am.
I'll never drive with you.
You've driven me before.
Yeah, but When have I driven you? Where did we go?
I have sat in your Prius. I don't know. I don't know where we went. I think. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm a terrible passenger, so I have to drive all the time. But because my car is broken down, it's like there's a whole thing of like, Michelle's like, this is my car. And I'm like, I know.
Like, yep.
But you got to let me drive it.
I'm driving them,
otherwise, right? Yeah, because otherwise there will be arguments more than otherwise.
Well, and I know if we're taking Leah's car, she needs to drive because she has opinions about things I do, and I don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah, I might be the Leah in this relationship.
I think you are.
Yeah.
I think you are actually. That makes sense.
Well,
It tracks.
It does. It totally tracks.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This kind of is like couples therapy.
It kind of is. It's like our relationship that we're working through, and then our relationships with our respective spouses.
Yeah, it's sort of
I
like
thought spouses should just be spice.
Spice.
You don't say mouses. You say mice,
mice.
right? So spice.
With our spice.
respective spice. Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah. Yep.
I like it.
Spicing things up. What can I say?
That's our next podcast. We talk about relationships.
Yep.
It's like our love line.
It kind of is.
Spicing it up.
Talking about these call-in shows, Kat, is making me want to do a call-in.
Oh.
We'll say what date and time we're recording. We'll give a number.
Is that our 200th episode?
It might be our 200th episode.
Could you like a live call-in show?
I would love a live call-in show. The only thing that I'm concerned about is that because of the nature of podcasting, we might not find enough people to call in with, stuff. But listen, we need to put our stuff out there. Listen, mistakers.
Yes.
I've said listen twice now, so
Listen.
hopefully they're listening by now.
They better be.
Mistakers, if you have an idea about what we could do, is it an AMA? Like, is it Ask Me Anything?
Oh, that's fun.
Or is it like you want advice on things from us for some reason? Yeah, right? Because then maybe you do the opposite of whatever it is we tell you. That's what I'm thinking.
That's smart.
But what are your ideas for our 200th episode? I mean, it's coming up. We've got, it's only 2 months away? 3 months away. So get your stuff in now, because if we're going to need to make special plans for this, hit us with it. And if they wanted to do that, Kat, where would they email us?
Well, John, you would email us at mymistakepodcast@gmail.com.
That is a thing. That's our thing.
Mm-hmm. That's probably the most direct way to get.
I think it is.
To us.
Because we have, we have a Facebook page where I don't post anything ever. We have an Instagram where I also don't post anything ever. We have a Twitter handle that we post when we put up a new episode, but that's it. And because I'm bad. But yeah, the email we check religiously.
On the reg.
I am up on that on my phone.
Yeah.
Kat doesn't care quite as much. Doesn't have that email on her phone.
I don't.
Nope.
But I'm checking it right now. No, I've been checking it
There's-
all through this
yeah.
episode
Kat,
just in case
Kat,
we had
let me save you some time.
late breaking emails.
It ain't shit there.
No, there's nothing there.
Nope. No, we don't. This time, not this time. And I stand by my feeling that we had like so many action-packed episodes that we didn't have time to do email.
Yeah.
And so we left some emails on read for a minute.
Yeah.
And so I want to encourage those people who felt like they might have been left out to write us again, and
Yeah,
we'll do better.
We're sorry about that.
Yeah, Kat, we're not going to be sorry.
No?
We're going to be what?
Better.
That's right. That's what we're going to be. Yeah, well, I see by the old clock on the wall that we've put in our hour of content at this point. Is there anything
we put in.
we clocked in? It's time to clock out. That's what I'm saying.
We're definitely watching the clock.
Not at all. Not at all. Did this feel like a clock watching episode to you?
No,
Kat?
not at all.
No.
Not to me. I mean, not to me.
Might have felt that way to some people, but not
Well,
me.
that's fair. And before we head to that portion of the episode, I would like to say, if for whatever reason you've enjoyed this hour of John and I together talking, maybe subscribe to this podcast, leave us a 5-star rating, and give us a nice review. Say something nice about other people. Make us feel
no
good.
idea how much it makes our day when that happens.
It really
like,
is.
We'll
a big
call
deal.
each other and be like, "Oh my God, did you see?
We have a fucking review."
Somebody likes us."
Yeah, so do that. We'd appreciate it. And maybe everyone that is listening to this right now has already done that. And if that's the case, this is what I want you to do at home. I want you to stick out your hand, put it over your shoulder, and just give yourself a little pat on the back there. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for listening. And we do this for you, but mostly for ourselves.
Mostly for us. But we would stop doing it if none of you were listening.
we will stop if we go a couple weeks with 0 downloads.
Yeah,
I think it's time to reevaluate.
We might just start going to water parks instead.
We'll start calling each other.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
We'll start playing Fortnite once a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
I need to do it. I know. Yeah. Twitch account. I think I did start to sign up with that.
Oh, sweet. You said something about doing that.
Yeah. No, I did. I got the ball rolling.
Okay, great.
Yep. So that's gonna happen. It's gonna be Kat and Ann and myself
That'd be so much fun.
playing some Fortnite. It's gonna be brilliant. And I feel like we should have guests come on and play with us.
That is a fun idea.
Right?
I think that's great.
I think it's awesome. It might have even more tens of listeners than this.
Right? Maybe
see.
that's
Yep.
that's interesting.
Yep.
All right.
Oh boy. Yep. So, is it that time?
It's that time.
It's that time.
Okay.
Yep.
Get ready, get loose.
All right, get loose. We gotta really put our truth out into the universe, Kat. What is it you would like to have done? Not necessarily to do yourself, but to have done to Mike Pence.
Fuck Mike Pence.
Fuck Mike Pence.
Step 1, press record.
That is an important step. You missed that step, you might as well not even be doing a podcast.
Yeah, just don't even do the other steps because you're not podcasting.
That's right. You're not. You're just
talking.
having a conversation with a friend, and who the fuck wants to do that?
Boring.
Boring.